Hey, good afternoon. Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming today. My name is Dave Simmons. I'm the project director for the Route 364 Page Phase 3 project with MoDOT. Just want to thank everybody for coming to help celebrate this major milestone today. This is a big step for us and the community, and we're happy everybody could be here. Before we begin, I want to turn it back over to the band here and ask everybody to rise for the national anthem. That's a great job. Let's hear it one more time. That's the Fort Zumwalt. That's kind of how the week's going with the rain we got Thursday and Friday. Hey, what a great day. Beautiful day, beautiful turnout, great band. Thank you guys for being here. Before we get started here, this project is a lot about partnerships and partnership with the St. Louis County or St. Charles County and its municipalities are responsible for us all being here today. And I want to one of our biggest supporters of the project from the beginning. I want to introduce St. Charles County Executive Steve Ellman.
Thank you. This is truly a great day. Long time coming. I'm one of those elected officials who over the last 30 years have asked you to vote for us so we could get this thing done. So a little bit late, but it's done. The only politician I think here that was asking for votes longer than me was Grace Nichols, who was mayor of the city a long time ago, and most recently on the Highway Commission, and more than anyone else on that commission and in this audience today was probably responsible for making this happen. Grace, thank you very much. Grace will remember with me that in the 1970s, MoDOT and the county officials knew there was going to be two new bridges built, 370 Discovery Bridge and Page. At the time, McDonnell Douglas had 50,000 workers, so it was a pretty easy decision to do that one first. Of course, a couple decades later, McDonnell, now Boeing, had half as many employees, and all the new jobs were in West County, so I guess you could say story, transportation advocate, and been thinking that after he said this, we would all just go away. He said, no, we want to do a 50-50 cost share. And by golly, we took him up on it. And we was not just the county, but all the municipalities getting together, pooling our federal funds, getting the road board to kick in and make this all possible. Now, we're not gonna really feel the total effect of this project until we open the next section, and that's about 4 weeks away. But when we do, and here's how we need to think about this whole deal here. When we do, let's assume that it will relieve congestion in this part of the county. It'll take traffic off of 70 and 40. And if everybody can get home from work 5 minutes earlier and leave 5 minutes later in the morning, that's 10 minutes a day. We have 200,000 people in the labor force here, and half of them work in St. Louis County. That's 100,000 times 10 minutes. That's 1 million minutes per day. That's 5 million minutes per week and 260 minutes per year. Enjoy the extra time with your families.
Thank you, County Executive. That was great. I want to introduce the next speaker today from the MoDOT side, somebody who's been very instrumental in making this happen, MoDOT Chief Engineer Ed Hassinger.
Hey, good morning. What a great day, huh?
Great, yeah.
Hey, as both the previous speakers talked about, this wouldn't have happened without partnership. And really, this is one of those where we talk about partnership, but this one is really one of those put your money where your mouth is partnerships. It is not without a lot of probably turmoil and stuff to get people to come up with the kind of money, and Steve definitely was the leader. We're talking about $57 million of city and county money to match MoDOT's $57 million to make this happen. So that is not inconsequential. And with the future and what we're having trouble with funding transportation, this might be the last one of these kind of projects we build in the state without some kind of change in people funding transportation, or it's going to take, you know, these kind of partnerships where we chip money away from little pieces and put it together to make this happen. So this might be the model of how we do things going forward. But I think it's important with the kind of partnerships we're talking about here to really recognize some of those people individually. So that's kind of my job today. I want to go back to when we started talking about the vision for this, because there's two people sitting right down here. Gary Turner and Billy Collier worked on a committee that started talking about this, right? Did you ever think you'd see it happen? There you go. So Gary and Billy, thank you. And there's a lot of federal money in this, and we couldn't have done this without our partners at Federal Highway. Felix Gonzalez is somewhere here in the crowd. Felix, thank you to you and your team. And MoDOT's leadership is always the commission, and Grace was one of the stalwarts that guided me and several other of our leadership as we went through this. So Grace, thank you for your leadership. And then, of course, our federal delegation. We couldn't do this without the federal money, so our federal senators and Congress people, we want to thank them, and I know some of their representatives are in the audience today. Thank you for that. And then our local elected officials. You know, when we do a project like this, it takes a lot of help, and as we mess with traffic and do things, our local elected officials got to stand up and support what we're doing. And a lot of those people are here today and some are not. But I want to recognize our state delegation, Senators Dempsey, Funderburk, Zur, and I don't think any of them are here today, but thank them, if you will. And then our mayors. So we have Mayor Hennessy, Mayor Fogarty, Mayor Faith, Mayor Pagano, Mayor Licklider, and several of those are up here on the stage, and Mayor Sidebottom. So thank all of them. Thank you all so much. And their councils and alder people that supported this project throughout the process. So you can see what it takes to make one of these projects happen. And I also want to recognize one of our former district and chief engineers sitting out here in the audience that started this project, JT Yarnell. JT, thanks for being here. So thank you all.
Thank you, Ed. Next up to say a few words is the state representative from the City of O'Fallon area, State Representative Kurt Barr.
Thank you all for coming out to celebrate the opening of this third and final extension of the Page Avenue. While this particular part of the project has taken a little bit more than a year to create, this entire project has taken multiple years. Along the way, we've had key contributions from folks at the federal, state, county, and city levels, and countless more who have worked together to make this extension a reality. Of particular note are the efforts of our very own Missouri Department of Transportation, as well as those of St. Charles County and the cities of O'Fallon and Darting Prairie, all of whom came together to raise more than $118 million in funding for this project. Because of their commitment to developing and strengthening our infrastructure, we will have less congestion on Highways K, I-70, and 40, which will lead to safer, more convenient driving for all of us, and will undoubtedly see some economic development because of this project once it's completed. This stretch of road represents not only a more efficient and faster way to get from one place to another, but it's also a gateway from the community that we have today to the one that we envision for our future. With the infrastructure in place, we have the opportunity to grow unhindered. I'm excited to see where these next several years will take us. I know for many people who will travel these roads in the years to come, little thought's going to go to the planning and to the design and construction. They'll use these roads, they'll enjoy the convenience, they'll enjoy getting home that 5 minutes earlier and getting to work that 5 minutes faster. So today, let's show our appreciation to the many men and women who work so hard to forever change the way we travel in this area. We are forever indebted for their vision as we grow, as our community grows and our community prospers. Thank you again for the role that you've played in helping us reach this moment, especially you, the Missouri Department of Transportation. I appreciate your guys' efforts. Thank you all for coming here today, and thank you for letting me be a part of this celebration.
Great job. Hey, if you take a look over here to this Bryan Road Bridge, you'll see a lot of enhancement work that took place on the project, and of that, and as well as great support by the City of O'Fallon. I'd like to introduce Mayor Hennessy from the City of O'Fallon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here this afternoon. Let me begin by saying thank you to our friends at MoDOT for putting this together, this fantastic celebration together. It's a great way to honor the culmination of the nearly 20 years effort to make this highway a reality. Bringing a $120 million project that crosses 6 cities and nearly an entire county to conclusion is truly a Herculean effort. And there are so many people to thank that I can't name them all, but there are a few. First, County Executive Steve Ullman. Steve, thank you very much. MoDOT, again, I can't say enough the work that you guys have done to get this to completion, and I can't wait for the 31st where the rest of it's done. To the elected officials throughout St. Charles County, men and women of Page Construction's joint venture, which includes Fred Weber, Millstone Bangert, Kolb Grading, and Parsons Transportation Group, you guys did one heck of a job. And I'd probably be shot if I don't recognize some of the other people sitting behind me who actually was the O'Fallon City Council. These got ladies and gentlemen, there's a few down here, who chose to fund nearly $2 million for this project to ensure that the intersections of Highway K and Bryan Road were grade separated interchanges, guaranteeing this project truly met the needs of this community. So folks, thank you very much. And I'd also like to thank O'Fallon's own Chris Cleric, Brian Carlson, Fred Weber, and David Simmons of MoDOT
for their work on bringing O'Fallon's unique enhancements to both of these interchanges. You need to speak, or can we go down and cut the ribbon? Thanks everybody for coming out.
All right. Thank you for that. Up next, on behalf to speak on behalf of the late Lake St. Louis Mayor Ralph Sidebottom and current Mayor Kathy Schweikert is Karen Vennard.
All right, Karen, you go.
I hope you can see me. I'd be remiss in not mentioning Mayor Sidebottom, who passed away a couple of weeks ago. This was truly a project that was near and dear to his heart and for the city of Lake St. Louis. So I want to thank him for all the time that he spent working on this project also, and we miss him dearly. But this really is a truly monumental day for the county of St. Charles County. I'm especially excited that I can get to Mid Rivers Mall Drive from Lake St. Louis in 7 minutes. So that means I can shop longer. I don't know if my husband's out there listening to this or not, but anyway, on behalf of the city of Lake St. Louis, I'd like to thank the county of St. Charles, all the municipalities, O'Fallon, Darden Prairie, St. Charles. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize. St. Peter's. Well, Land's not here, so we're not worried about him. So, but for just teaming together and helping to fund this project and make many sacrifices on road projects in order to get this project done. I'm very proud of that. And I know that this project's been a vision, and I believe Gary's out there somewhere. This has been a vision by several groups for many, 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 many years, shall I say. And I want to thank all those, especially Gary and Mayor Nichols, for their tenacity and their vision to see this through to fruition. We appreciate it. This is a day that all St. Charles County residents can be very proud of, to know that such cooperation does exist between the county, the municipalities, and the state of Missouri. Thank you, and enjoy this great road.
Thank you, Karen. The next up to speak is MoDOT St. Louis District Engineer Greg Horn.
And don't worry, I'm the last one. So what a beautiful day. I mean, you know, it doesn't get any better than this. I was out here at 7 o'clock this morning for the run. I was biking it at about 10:30. Now the wind was a little strong, but the last ribbon cutting I did was in February, and it was 5 degrees. So it doesn't get any better than this. So whoever's in charge of the weather, you know, thank them. I want to take a moment to recognize the team who is still hard at work on building the next section of this road. That'll open in about a month. This is a prime example of how partnering can get great things done. We have a great partnering relationship with St. Charles County and all the municipalities, but it is also with the joint venture construction team, Page Constructors, that really worked hard to get this project done on time and within budget. I want to give a special thanks to the JV team, which includes Millstone Weber and Kolb Grading, Brian Carlson, Bob Hoffer, and Chris Cruz. Those are the guys that were on the ground out here every day in the office. This beautiful new road would not have been possible if it weren't for Rick Mante and Travis Pfeiffer, the design team of Parsons Transportation Group. And there's a whole lot of subcontractors and some consultants that worked on this project too. Now for the MoDOT team, I mean, we have a great team working on this project. Mike Castro started as our project director, and Dave Simmons finished this up, did a great job. And his team, Jason Balstreri, Eric Kopinski, who's sitting over there actually working, Tony Gambaro, Eric Trupiano, and Jessica Wilson have all been here. And I want you guys all up here when we cut the ribbon. And of course, a special thanks to Tom Evers, our area engineer for St. Charles County, who's done a wonderful job. You know, and last, I want to thank all the men and women that really worked on this job, put a lot of hours in, and for the public that really had a lot of patience as we went through this project. So I'm looking forward to opening this. It'll open sometime tomorrow afternoon. So thank you guys.
All right. As the as you guys go down and cut the ribbon here. I just want to say on behalf of the Millstone Weber and Kolb Grading and the contracting team and the MoDOT team who were working on the project, thank you to the public for putting up with our 18-month construction schedule. You deserve a lot of thanks, and without further ado, we will cut this ribbon.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.